Google is this history. You will never be able to be forgotten.
What privacy means to me is very different from what privacy means to somebody in a different country, and it's very different from what privacy means to my teenage daughters, who think that everything can be shared with their 5,000 friends, but they're horrified when I try to friend them.
A panel of cybersecurity experts convened in New York City to focus on online privacy in the wake of Google exec Eric Schmidt's recent comment that young people need a delete button that can erase their online embarrassments.
Unfortunately, the individual internet user has very little control over whether or not data that's been uploaded by him or her or by somebody else ever gets deleted. And so whereas we might like half of what we have on the internet to be relegated to the dustbin of history, it's not happening right now.
There are a handful of statutes that allow people to restrict the flow of some information online, but the nation does not have a comprehensive cyber privacy law. There was a move towards establishing such a law in the early 2000s, but it fell by the wayside in the wake of the September 11th attacks.
The U.S. privacy law is really comprised of a patchwork quilt of laws. We have laws that govern financial privacy, health privacy, the privacy of children's data where those kids are under 13, for example. We have literally hundreds of laws if we take into consideration both the federal corpus of law and state laws as well.
A recent poll found that 77% of people over 35 and 70% of those age 18 to 34 believe no one should have access to their personal data or web behavior. But experts say we live in an era of evolving conceptions of privacy, and one in which data is big business.
We're living in the age of revelation in which everything comes to light, and we're also living in an age of a great privacy giveaway. We're giving away vast quantities of information about ourselves in order to reap the benefits of sharing and communication. So in this context, do people still care about privacy? I think they do, but I think they are redefining privacy and they're narrowing the scope of the privacy that they care about.
The Obama administration is reportedly poised to back an FBI proposal that makes it easier to wiretap online communication. Allen points out that the FBI effort is a natural extension of current law that allows the government to screen email traffic and monitor phone conversations with a warrant.
Most people are never directly aware of it and it doesn't affect their everyday life. But in a society in which we have respect for civil liberties, I think we have to be mindful of what's happening and have a government that's accountable to people for what's going on.
Brian Montopoli, CBSNews.com.
What they posted on their Facebook page.